Today I will give you a sense of the past in the present as I take you to Italy. Somewhere in a halcyon Italian village is the former home of the Clavario family. Last inhabited 22 years ago, it has remained completely unspoiled in its 2 decades of vacancy. Mr. Clavario was the head of a local Italian bank, and the family generated much prestige in their time. Today, I will wander my way through old documents and the life within this house that seems to have surceased forever. Today we're gonna travel back in time together. In this video I have a very incredible time capsule house to show you of the Clavario family, and this place, it's one of my favorite time capsule houses I've ever seen in the country of Italy. The state of decay is absolutely incredible. Everything is still so well preserved during the years. It's literally like traveling back in time. I cannot wait to show you this place. I'm very excited, and I can't wait to find out more about the Clavario family. So let's do this all together and let's start exploring. So like always, I put on my mask because there is a lot of mold and decay inside this place, and I definitely don't want to inhalate that and get diseases on a later age. Well, the first room, and it's actually very messy. When we saw this room, we were like, this place is going to be trashed. This place is not going to be nice at all. Well, I can tell you, just wait for it and just grab some nice popcorn, take a seat and enjoy watching this video. There's already a vintage radio on the ground. Many paperwork, old written paperwork too. This is actually very funny. This was actually a list for when they went to the supermarket. You can still see they wanted onions, they wanted pepperoni, pomodori, of course, for the pasta and the pizza. It's a tomato sauce. Over here is also still a home trainer. A lot of sheets in this cabinet. And you can still see how beautiful the ceiling used to be with the paintings before all the paint started to peel off. It used to be absolutely magnificent. And look at it now, in its ruined state. I love the doors. Well, we are just gonna start off on the left side of the house. Oh my gosh. Look at this bedroom. And over here, the ceiling is in a slightly better state, and you can see what I meant with the beautiful paintings. It's sad to see the leakage damage there of the roof, but of course if nobody maintains the place, that's what happens. It's so sad that the offspring of the Clavario family never decided to save this property. There's another door here. This was actually sort of wardrobe for shoes. Still, all the shoes are just left inside. Over here, a lot of mold on the wallpaper. Oh look, they tried to make a brick wall there, so the building couldn't be entered. They tried to seal this place off very well, and the stories go that many explorers have got caught here. So I want to stay as inconspicuous as possible, because this place is surely worth the risk. Have a look, all the clothes here still in the wardrobe, how it used to be 22 years ago when it got abandoned. The ties too. There's even still a tennis racket here in the corner. Oh, look at this cabinet right next to the bed. I'm holding my camera straight right now. This is literally near to collapse and just being leveled on the right side. There's also still a beautiful candle holder. Wow. Also a painting here. I guess this was from the house back in its days, but you can barely even remember it anymore. It is just fully overwilded with vegetation. It's like a jungle. There is again a tennis racket on the wall, so maybe they like to play tennis. Well, over here, a television. A lot of mess on the ground. There's even a Christmas holiday wish cards, which is dated from 1991. Oh my gosh. Well, again, this is a very, very big mess. But still, there are many, many historic things to find. Oh, look at these bugs on the ground. I'm wondering what used to be inside. I think something religious. And I think this is very old. My gosh. Again, this wardrobe right in front of me is also so close to collapse. Thick cobweb in between it. Also look at the lamp here in the middle. Then there is a sewing machine. Over here are some newspapers from 1986. My gosh, this is what I meant with jungle. Have a look how the nature is literally reclaiming the complete property. And over here are still all these tiny boxes with sewing tools. I don't know why there is a fake parrot on the ground. A plastic one. No way. Look at these old books. They are from 1829. I'm gonna leave them like they are. I would love to go through them, but they're still tied with a rope like they used to be one day. Almost 200 years ago. What's that there? Oh, those I think are also parts of a bed. And that one from a hanger to hang up some clothes. Okay, to give you an overview of the route I'm walking. I currently walk out of the bedroom and I come in the room where I started. And right over there is another door. So I want to check that out now. This looks like barbecue. To step over it. There we go. And again, a very, very decayed room. Also very, very messy. But I think mostly nature did its work here. Because this was once a huge cabinet which just has completely collapsed by its own and by the power and the force of Mother Nature. Still used to be shelves and compartments with wine. Over there a very old-fashioned bottle opener. Look at the plate. They probably also had children or grandchildren. Oh, I think, yeah, this used to be a safe. But a very, very old safe. The eagles with wings over here. I've never seen a safe like this. Wow, look at the vase here on the ground. I think this home holds still so many valuable antiques. There are numerous to find. And also look at the ceiling. Typical Italian. I think the Italians are the best in painting their ceilings for sure. And each country has their own specialities. Time to go to the next room. And please hold your seats because you're going to be absolutely amazed by the beauty of this. Wow. Just look at it. The place is literally like a museum. However, it's been completely neglected. And it's been decaying for years. Hasn't been touched by many people. Imagine over here all the liquor bottles, and they would have been playing a nice game of billiards while having a nice glass of liquor. And again, look at the doors. They're all matching each other. Also over there in that room. And this one is the same. This place is just completely frozen in time. fireplace over here, still with the tools inside of it. Again, two beautiful candle holders around his face. And look over here too, a wonderful portrait. I'm wondering if this was a religious person. I definitely think so. And in that case, if he was also part of the family. Wow. It's sad to see the billiards table in this set and bad state. Also still the billiard sticks are on top of it. There's even still some balls to play with. Over here there's some books. The faces on the side. And then the chandelier on top. A very typical French style actually. It's just so unreal to see how several candles or lights have just fell down like this. And that's not done by humanity. Wow. I have no words for this place. For me, these places are the best because they are true history. Also look at the tool over here. It's like a fork shape. And on top of it, it's like a bug or something. Very, very unusual. Oh, and over here, this cabinet used to hold even more liquor. So I think they definitely love to drink the liquor while they were playing a game of billiards. Over there, 1970, 1976 too on the bottle. Let's go to the next part. Over here is actually a very, very beautiful bathroom. However, it's quite dirty inside now. And I would definitely not recommend to wash yourself inside of here. There are still the last pieces of clothes just left to dry on the drying line. Absolutely brilliant. Still the shower gel. I'm so wondering and trying to get an imagination of how it must have been to live inside of this place when it was still filled with life 22 years ago. And then have a look at this corridor. Again, no words. So well preserved. For me, a place does not have to be very, very big in size. Even if it's only a small, charming home like this and it's a true time capsule, then I just love it. Look over here. We can see an old photo of Mr. Clavario. And then look at the chairs. They were still covered with the painting parts of the ceiling. These people of the Clavario family were also very religious. Religion was very important in this time period. Again, the door, which is leading to the outside, has a similar style. This was just the style of their home. And then also have a look at the sofa over here. Wow. Okay, let's enter the kitchen part right now. We heard some noises, so I have to be a little bit more quiet. Look at the carvings and the ceiling. Cobwebs are literally everywhere, surrounding the complete surface of the windows. Dining table in the middle. Over here a television. A rotary phone. And look over there, a religious quote. I don't know why. The heater is in the middle of the room. Why would you put your stove here? It's so unlogic. And over here the calendar says saying the last date, June 1999. It's an incredible long time for a place to be still in this condition. But also a scale layer. Oh my gosh, look at the cobwebs. And then still the pots are standing in the furnace, like it was left yesterday. They just seem to have vanished and just walked away from all their belongings. Over here, they even had a little washing table. Have a look, how cozy is that? Wow. A marble sink. Even still the products are in the shelf. And this looks absolutely repulsive. Full of mold. It's just black. I'm not going to look in the cabinets or the shelves, that will make too much noise. I don't have much time left because I think it's a smart idea to show you one of the best rooms, and then we really have to go, because otherwise we will get caught like 90% of the other explorers. Okay, let's take a look behind this. It's a big mess over here. My gosh. Some boots. Over there, some bottles. Oh, look at all these cans there, these jars. They were definitely used to preserve canned food. Well, one thing is sure, somebody is trying to close this place very properly all the time. Over here normally was an attic part, but this also has been closed very, very well. Okay, well, it's time to go outside right now and show you the very last thing, which is absolutely my favorite room. I'm very excited for it. Let's go. outside of the property. And in this part I really need to whisper because right on the other side of the wall over there live the neighbors, and they are very attentive. Many people have been caught by police here before. Italian military police. I don't want that to happen, but I want to take the risk to show you what's waiting in this room. I already checked it out and it's absolutely mind-blowing. It's a real time capsule. Behind that door is the house of the neighbors. But then, have a look at this. Oh my gosh. This is absolutely unbelievable. So this is an office straight out of the 80s and 90s. Still all the books in the shelves. Oh my gosh, look at the cobwebs. All the people we're gonna grow into. All these different compartments to store their documents. All just left in an incredible state of decay. Old papers on the ground. Oh my gosh, it's from 1918. Still over here, all the texts of what the compartments were used for. All the archives, oh my gosh. The old postal stamps over here still on the letters. And the envelopes. This might have been the family coat of arms. And then over here is the office. Just have a look. There are still the jars with ink on the table. There is also a giant book. A very old rotary phone over here. At least it looks like, but I think it's a push button phone. Right over there, the photo of the former owner. Absolutely incredible. The way this is still sitting here in its neglected state, but so well preserved. All of that for 22 years is so impressive. Flowers haven't been watered for such a long time. And over here, some old photos. And those were definitely family ancestors. This is definitely my favorite room. But it's so risky to film this room. Not many people have succeeded in capturing this room. So we have to go out right now like a ninja. And that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, let's go back now. It's literally like a jungle. Also look at the outside of the property. It's so magical and oh so beautiful. With the arcs, this is a proper historic building. I can't believe it. I absolutely adore it. This is by far one of my favorite time capsules I ever saw in Italy. Okay, let's go back inside now. Alright, so that was it for another incredible exploration in Italy. By the time filming this, I actually forgot to film an outro, so that's why I'm doing it right now. And I want to thank everybody for watching to this week's Italy episode. And also by the bottom of my heart, I want to thank everybody who actually just found out about our channel. The channel has been growing significantly the last couple of weeks. And I really want to thank everybody for that. I want to say hi and welcome to all the newcomers to the channel, and also of course big thanks to all the loyal supporters and our Patreons who have made this journey possible so far. If you enjoyed this particular video, then without further ado, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, comment down below, also ring the bell notification button if you don't want to miss out on any future episodes, and then we will see you on our next adventure. Peace out.